Why 70% of lottery winners go broke within 5 years. Jack Whittaker won $315 million. It was the largest single jackpot in American history at the time. He was already a millionaire before the win. A successful businessman, a generous member of his community. He seemed like the perfect person to handle sudden wealth. Within 4 years, his granddaughter was dead from a drug overdose. His wife divorced him. His home was robbed multiple times. He was arrested for drunk driving and assault. He lost nearly every cent. And in an interview, he said something haunting. "I wish I had torn that ticket up." Jack Whittaker is not an exception. He is the rule. Studies show that roughly 70% of lottery winners go broke within 3 to 5 years. And the reasons why have nothing to do with bad luck. They have everything to do with psychology. Let me walk you through the numbers because they are staggering. The National Endowment for Financial Education has reported that the vast majority of lottery winners end up in serious financial trouble. Some estimates put the bankruptcy rate for lottery winners at nearly double that of the general population. But it is not just about money. Lottery winners are significantly more likely to experience depression, anxiety, and substance abuse after their win. Divorce rates skyrocket. Family relationships collapse. Friendships disintegrate. The suicide rate among lottery winners is measurably higher than the general population. How is it possible that receiving millions of dollars, the thing most people dream about every single day, can destroy your life? The answer lies in 5 psychological forces that almost no one is prepared for. Force number 1, sudden wealth syndrome. This is an actual psychological condition recognized by therapists who work with wealthy clients. When you receive a massive amount of money you did not earn gradually, your brain does not know how to process it. Think about it. When you earn a raise at work, your income increases by maybe 5 or 10%. Your brain has time to adjust. You gradually learn to manage the new amount. But when you go from earning $50,000 a year to having $200 million in your bank account overnight, there is no adjustment period. Your brain is running software designed for a $50,000 life. Sudden wealth creates a psychological identity crisis. You do not know who you are anymore. Your entire relationship with money, status, and self-worth gets scrambled in an instant. Therapists who treat sudden wealth syndrome report that patients experience guilt, paranoia, isolation, and a deep sense of confusion about their purpose. You would think having unlimited money would solve all your problems. Instead, it creates entirely new ones you never imagined. Force number 2, the entourage effect. The moment you win the lottery, everyone you have ever known suddenly needs money. Your cousin who has not called in 5 years shows up at your door. Old high school friends resurface. Distant relatives you have never met send letters. Charities line up. Strangers approach you in public. And here is the psychological trap. You feel obligated. These are your people. How can you say no when you have millions? So you start giving $100,000 here, $50,000 there. You buy your mom a house. You pay off your brother's debt. You loan money to friends who promise to pay you back, but never do. Within the first year, many lottery winners have given away or loaned millions to people around them. And the giving never stops because the requests never stop. The moment you say no, you become the villain, the selfish, rich person who forgot where they came from. So you keep giving until there is nothing left. This pattern is so consistent that financial advisors call it the #1 destroyer of lottery wealth. Force number 3, lifestyle explosion. Remember the hedonic treadmill we talked about in an earlier video. When you suddenly have millions, the treadmill goes into overdrive. A lottery winner does not buy a nice house. They buy a mansion. They do not buy a car. They buy 5 cars. They do not take a vacation. They buy a vacation home. And every single one of these purchases comes with hidden, ongoing costs that the winner never considered. That $5 million mansion has property taxes of $60,000 to $80,000 a year, insurance of another $20,000 to $30,000, maintenance, landscaping, and staff can easily add another $50,000. Suddenly, that dream house costs over $150,000 a year just to maintain. And the winner is still spending like the money will never run out. Here is the math that destroys lottery winners. A $200 million jackpot, after taking the lump sum and paying taxes, might leave you with about $70 million. That sounds like an infinite amount, but if you buy a $10 million house, $5 million in cars and toys, give away $15 million to family and friends, and spend $5 million a year on your new lifestyle, that $70 million is gone in less than 8 years. And most winners spend even faster than that. Force number 4, financial illiteracy. Most lottery winners have never managed more than a few $1,000s at a time. They have no concept of investment strategy, tax planning, asset protection, or wealth preservation. And they do not know what they do not know. So they make catastrophic financial decisions. They invest in a friend's restaurant that fails. They start a business they have no experience running. They trust a financial advisor who turns out to be a fraud. They do not understand that taxes on their winnings can eat 40 to 50% of the total. Consider this. If you gave a 17-year-old $100 million and no guidance, what would happen? That is essentially what happens with most lottery winners. They have the financial literacy of someone who has never had to think about managing wealth because they never have. And the predators know it. Scammers, bad investment pitches, and unscrupulous advisors target lottery winners specifically because they know these people are financially uneducated and emotionally vulnerable. Force number 5, loss of purpose. This is the one nobody talks about, and it might be the most destructive of all. When you win the lottery, you quit your job. Obviously, why would you work when you have $200 million? But your job was not just a paycheck. It was structure. It was social connection. It was identity. It was purpose. When you remove all of that overnight, you're left with a massive void. And humans fill voids with whatever is available. For many lottery winners, that means alcohol, drugs, gambling, or reckless spending. Studies on retirement show that people who retire without a sense of purpose experience significantly higher rates of depression and cognitive decline. Now imagine forced retirement at age 35 with unlimited money and no plan. The human brain needs challenge, growth, and meaning. Money cannot provide any of those things. And when people discover that the thing they spent their whole life dreaming about does not actually make them happy, the psychological crash can be devastating. What the smart winners do differently. Not every lottery winner goes broke. The ones who survive follow a remarkably consistent pattern. First, they stay anonymous. In states that allow it, smart winners claim their prize through a trust or LLC. They tell almost nobody. The less people know, the fewer requests they receive, and the less their relationships are poisoned by money. Second, they hire a team immediately, not a friend who is good with money, a professional team, a fee-only financial advisor, a tax attorney, and an estate planning lawyer. These 3 professionals form a protective barrier between the winner and catastrophic decisions. Third, they set a giving budget. Instead of saying yes to every request, they decide in advance exactly how much they will give, to whom, and they communicate clearly that once the budget is spent, it is done. No exceptions. Fourth, they do not quit their jobs immediately, or if they do, they replace work with meaningful activities, volunteering, starting a business they are passionate about, pursuing education. They maintain structure and purpose. And fifth, they invest the vast majority of their winnings into boring, diversified, long-term investments, index funds, bonds, real estate, the kind of investments that do not make headlines but preserve wealth for generations. Conclusion: here is the uncomfortable truth. Most people believe that if they just had enough money, all their problems would disappear. The lottery winner research proves the exact opposite. Money does not solve problems. It amplifies whatever was already there. If you had bad spending habits with $50,000 a year, you will have catastrophic spending habits with $50 million. The real lesson from the lottery curse is not about lottery winners at all. It is about you. It is about building the financial habits, the psychological resilience, and the sense of purpose that allow you to handle wealth before you have it. Because if you cannot manage $1,000 wisely, no amount of money will save you. Start building those habits now. Learn to budget, learn to invest, learn to say no, and understand that wealth is not about how much money you have. It is about how well you manage what you have. If this video changed how you think about money and happiness, hit subscribe, because next time I am going to tell you the story of how Kodak invented the digital camera and then killed itself to protect a dying business model.